Right, let's talk about pennies. Specifically how utterly ridiculous they are. Did you know it costs the US Mint almost 4 cents, yes, 4 cents, to make just one single solitary penny? In 2024, this genius financial move cost taxpayers a staggering $85.3 million. Think about that loss. Pure, unadulterated, coppery madness. So what's the big news? Well, President Donald Trump, yes, that Donald Trump, has apparently decided to end the penny. Announced via social media, of course, during Super Bowl 59, no less, because major economic policy is best served with buffalo wings and a side of existential dread. The 1-cent coin is on the chopping block now. You might be thinking, it's a penny, who cares? And honestly, fair point. But this is a huge deal for America's money. This isn't just about sticky coins or that weird smell they leave on your hands. It's a fundamental shift in our entire currency system, a system that's been around for ages, making coin collectors or numismatists very twitchy. Trust me on that one. So why the sudden death sentence? Well, as we've established, making pennies is an economically baffling decision. Each one costs about 3.7 cents to produce. That was the figure for 2024. It's like paying $4 for $1 worth of, well, anything. It makes absolutely no sense. The US Mint is basically a charity for making loss-making metal discs. Beyond the jaw-dropping cost, pennies are, let's be honest, a pain, a complete and utter nuisance. They slow down every cash transaction. You're in line, someone's counting them out, one by one, slowly. You can feel your will to live just draining away, can't you? They are the tiny, infuriating speed bumps on the road of getting on with your day. And their purchasing power? Forget it. Inflation has pummeled the poor penny. It's lost about a third of its value in just the last 10 years. What can you even buy with one? A brief moment of contemplation, perhaps a single unsatisfying sniff of a flower? Cash use is declining anyway, making these little metal burdens even more pointless than before. But wait, there's more. Not everyone wants to bid farewell to dear old Abraham Lincoln's copper-plated face. Public opinion is, shall we say, split, like a bad political debate. Some charities rely on penny drives, turning your unwanted pocket shrapnel into actual useful funds. And then there's the American zinc lobby. Yes, they exist and they love pennies, naturally. And here's the really juicy bit, the legal quagmire. President Trump's executive order to stop the minting, it might just be completely illegal. You see, the Constitution, that quaint old document, gives Congress the power to coin money. Congress usually says what gets made. Previous attempts to kill the penny in Congress failed. So, this could be a huge fight, a constitutional kerfuffle over 1 cent. So if the penny does disappear, what happens at the checkout? When your bill is, say, $19.99, do we just shrug, declare anarchy? Well, cash transactions would likely be rounded to the nearest 5 cents. Simple, right? Wrong. Trump's order reportedly includes no actual rules for this rounding, which could lead to glorious widespread confusion. And arguments. So many arguments. But think of the savings, potentially. If this plan doesn't crash and burn legally, the US Mint could save tens of millions every single year. Estimates say around $56 million in material costs alone. Imagine what that money could do. Perhaps fund a study on why we kept the penny for so long. That would be money well spent. What about the mountains of pennies already out there, hiding in your couch cushions and old jam jars? Good news for your dusty hoards. Existing pennies would remain legal tender for a while at least. And this isn't some radical, untested idea. Canada, our very polite neighbor, phased out their penny years ago. Australia and New Zealand did too, and society didn't collapse. Amazing. But those charities with their penny drives, they'll need a new plan. Nickel drives just don't sound the same. And public reaction will be varied. Economists are mostly thrilled, obviously, but some folks will get nostalgic or genuinely worried. Without a clear transition, we might see demand your penny protests. People are weirdly attached to useless things. The timing of this whole announcement is peak modern politics, isn't it? Reportedly during Super Bowl 59, via social media naturally. While America was deep in chip dip and controversial referee calls, the penny's fate hung in the balance. It's a bold strategy, Cotton, turning monetary policy into a halftime spectacle. This whole executive order approach is where the real drama lies. The legal uncertainty is enormous. As we've said, Congress usually handles this stuff, in order to axe a coin without their approval. And no clear rounding rules? It's a recipe for chaos and a mountain of lawsuits, like trying to fix a watch with a sledgehammer. But here's the kicker. Most experts actually agree the penny should have been retired ages ago. Economists have been screaming this into the void for years, citing cost savings, efficiency, and the fact other countries managed it. Even the Farmer's Almanac called the penny ridiculous back in 1989, when the Farmer's Almanac is ahead of you. So, to sum up this madness, Trump's order targets a real problem. The penny is too expensive, too useless. Getting rid of it makes sense. But the method? A unilateral decree? That's a risky, chaotic gamble. It's a lurch towards a modern currency, but the landing could be very, very messy. So what do you think? Will you miss these little copper nuisances? Let us know and maybe read up on money, it's wild.